Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Aydin Ikwanul Fattah. Welcome to my reflection on the topic of learning and assessment principles in teaching English as a foreign language. Today, I will discuss how these principles impact the teaching process and how they can be critically evaluated to enhance both teaching methods and student outcomes. First, we have the importance of learning principles. The first thing I want to highlight is the importance of learning principles as educators. We rely on these principles to create a structured and effective learning environment. Learning principles guide how we plan lessons, choose activities, and deliver content. According to the material we've studied, learning principles ensure that both educators and students are on the right path toward achieving learning outcomes. For example, learning should be interactive, fun, and challenging. But here, we need to think critically. Not every student reacts the same way to interactive methods or challenging tasks. Some students thrive in these environments while others might feel overwhelmed. This brings up an important question. How do we balance engaging and challenging students without pushing them too far? A critical approach means constantly reflecting on our practices as teachers. We must assess whether the methods we use are fostering collaboration and critical thinking or simply forcing students to memorize information. In many cases, I believe that incorporating constructivist methods, where learners construct knowledge through experience, helps students retain what they learn more effectively. But this again depends on how well the teacher facilitates that learning. The second one, we have the role of assessment principles. Now, let's talk about assessment principles. The material outlines three types of assessments: diagnostic, formative, and summative. Each of these serves a different purpose. Diagnostic assessments, which means help us identify what students already know. And formative assessments track progress during the learning process. And the last is a summative. Assessments evaluate overall achievement at the end of a unit or course. However, here's where critical thinking comes into play. Are these assessments truly reflective of a student's learning capabilities? Summative assessments, such as final exams, often emphasize in memorization rather than actual understanding or practical application of the language. This raises an important question. Are we evaluating students based on what they can reproduce in an exam setting or on their ability to use the language in real life situations? Moreover, while formative assessments provide ongoing feedback, they can also cause stress if students feel they are being constantly evaluated. A critical approach might suggest that we focus on assessments that encourage self-reflection and peer feedback rather than just teacher lead or all ED evaluations. This way, students learn to assess their own progress and become active participants in their learning journey. And the next is a real life application of principles. This is the most valuable aspect of learning and assessment principles is their real-world application. The ultimate goal in TEFL is to equip students with the skills they need to use English in practical settings, such as travel, work, or social interactions. Therefore, the principles we apply should always lead toward improving language proficiency, not just passing tests. One way to critically improve this is by designing tasks that are relevant and authentic. For instance, instead of having students only answer questions in a classroom, we could have them work on real-world projects or role plays that stimulate actual conversations they might have in an English speaking environment. This way, the assessment is not only about accuracy but also about fluency and confidence in communication. Now we are going to the conclusion, reflection, and growth. In conclusion, both learning and assessment principles are vital in shaping how we teach and how students learn. However, the real challenge lies in how we apply these principles in a way that respects individual student needs and promotes holistic development. As educators, we need to continuously reflect on whether our methods are promoting deep learning or just surface level knowledge. By critically evaluating these principles, we can foster an environment that not only educates but also inspires and challenges students to become independent learners. Thank you for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.